This is the BluBox small carry case. It's model 107. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you $50. They haven't paid me for the review, so my opinion remains my own. Okay, so we have a plastic hard shell box with two clamps, has eggshell foam there, and it has this pick and place foam in the inside here. So it's up to you to pull out little tiny squares of this to fit exactly what you're trying to store. There's a fold-out handle here and a little knob that turns. It doesn't quite feel like it's unscrewing though. I believe it's a pressure release port. There are no instructions in the box or inside of here that I can see. Although we can remove layers of foam. So these two layers of foam there's a very small layer of foam at the bottom, and then two layers of the pick and place where you pick out little things to make a shape. So the plastic here feels very sturdy. There is a rubber gasket all the way around here and a lip that shows up here. So when you close this down and snap these guys into place, that feels like it is very watertight. So I like how these handles stay up. They don't fall down and hit this thing as they're coming down. And so you push them down and click them into place. There's also two little tiny holes there and here, and you could put a small luggage style lock through those holes. Alright, I dumped this guy in the lake, rinsed it off with clean water. We're going to let it sit for an hour or two just to let the water evaporate from the outside before I open it. Alright, this guy's been sitting out for an hour or so. I still have a couple of drops of water here and there, but let's try to be careful when we open it. So the interior top here is completely dry. I put some paper behind that little O-ring, the opening to the pressure valve, and so no water came in there. So I'm going to say that this guy has done a very good job keeping water out. So I'm going to say it's pretty much watertight here. Now it is pretty strong plastic. When I push on it, it can deform in just slightly, but you know, for something this size, it is plenty strong for something this size. I don't have a second one, but I believe these feet would stack nicely up in these guys, so you could stack these if you had multiple. Now there are four little kind of accessory slots in here where it looks like you could put something in that's designed to fit in there. No instructions came with it. There's no mention about what those are for, but they do exist. They kind of have slots to, you know, where if you had an accessory that would fit in there, that would work. I don't know what they're for. It might just be a design element of the lid, but it looks like it's designed for some type of spacer maybe to slide in the middle. Alright, so size-wise, this guy is pretty small as hard shell cases go. It will definitely be airline carry-aboard, like a roll-aboard type luggage is no problem. Most likely this would count as your personal item. It would go under the seats in most airlines. So storage space inside, you know, we're talking one camera with a medium zoom lens on it. You know, things like binoculars are really probably not going to fit here unless they're really small. Maybe a night vision scope. You know, so this is not going to fit, you know, a 10-inch tablet, for example. So relatively small, probably a single device, maybe a single device with a couple of small accessories. So, you know, make sure you measure the size on the inside and the outside because they give you all those dimensions. Make sure that's going to work for whatever you want to put in it. But if you are looking to transport something small, you know, it's going to add some bulk here, but it's also adding a lot of protection. So you get the shock protection from the foam, you get the waterproof nature of the sealed case.